Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to the Unmanned Aircraft Systems and Agricultural Learning Network Introductory Webinar. My name is Victor Villegas. I'm with Oregon State University, and we're actually going to start this off with an introduction to Anne Adrian. She's the eXtension Associate Director, and I'll have her talk a little bit more about herself and about eXtension. Anne?
Great. Thank you, Victor. It's good to hear your voice. I'm really excited about this particular community. There's just so much that we can do, Extension can do in this area, and I appreciate the leadership that's come on board and really moving this network along. I've been watching the kind of the listserv, and actually it's a Google group, so it's a forum, so you can go into the Google forum and see what you've talked about in this kind of repository of your conversations. But I'm from eXtension's perspective, we are very excited about this learning network. I have been with eXtension at the Associate Director level for about a year and a half now, and I've always been at Auburn with Alabama Cooperative Extension. But one of the things that's not listed in most of my bios is a few years ago I finished up my doctorate, but my doctorate was in looking at factors for which farmers would adopt precision agriculture, and that was back in 2006. And so I've always had an interest in technology, the way people use it, but in particular in agricultural systems. So this group particularly is something that I've been watching and very excited about. I did want to give you a little update about eXtension. As some of you know, eXtension went through a strategic planning process, and we started in January with a new focus. And our focus is really around innovation and professional development. And so we are looking as our role in eXtension is to help cooperative extension identify emerging issues. This, of course, is one of those, and incubate and move to adoption of new technology and new practices. And so when we talk about that, sometimes it's not things that eXtension identifies, but maybe it's something that the individual states or universities have identified and maybe even started some kind of innovative practice, innovative technology or system, and we see eXtension having a role in helping incubate that, helping it move along and spread throughout the system, not just within those states. We hope to do this in several ways. One is by fostering innovation with and through technologies, but even through our networks, because we often hear extensions people, of course, this is our greatest resource, and so eXtension hopes to help move through those networks and make them, leverage them, if you will, for the benefit of individual states as well as cooperative extension in general. We hope to also do this in a bit with improving connectivity and sharing data across systems. We are looking at monitoring systems and getting some data in ways that we have not done before. Again, I think this would be helpful not just for eXtension, but at cooperative extension as a whole. And we really are wanting to help those states extension systems build capacity. One of our focus areas is professional development, so we're paying attention to some of the studies that have been done lately from the ECOP sponsor study on 21st century extension worker, as well as some other groups that have done some work within that area. And then paying attention to what's needed and then offering professional development, but also connecting the networks we have to spread that development across the system. Another thing with the new eXtension is we really see ourselves as a way to engage with strategic partners, and those would be private, nonprofit, government, and even some global organizations. And of course, in all of this change, one of the things that we get asked from some of our steadfast, true communities of practice is, are you forgetting about us? And we're not. We see particularly those communities that have been successful and have learned from collaboration and then built products of many different ways. We see that is very important to eXtension and to cooperative extension. So one other thing that I was asked to do is to explain what a learning network is. I have a SlideShare account, and the last slide set that I put up was something that we did with the North Central Agricultural and Natural Resources Leadership Academy, where we talked about what learning networks are and how to form them, how to get them going, and some issues around that. So feel free to check that out. I'll put the link in the box. But really, learning networks are about connecting people who have common language, common knowledge, interests, goals around some kind of shared purpose. And so you guys are here because you're interested in this topic. One thing too that I'd like to point out is learning networks are not structured like a particular group or committee, but they're really ecosystems where the members kind of flow in and out. A lot of times you'll have some very core members that are very steadfast in the network, but others move in and out, and the roles change constantly. Another thing about learning networks is it really does set the stage for a culture of co-learning, co-creation, and sharing and being out in the open. And just that process really helps in the learning. So I have gone through this very quickly, but you're welcome to ask me questions, connect with me later. Again, from the eXtension standpoint, we are very excited about this community. And Victor, Susan, thank you for asking me to join you.